Welcome back to God Factor, where we raise awareness about God's invincible hand working behind the scene. Fasten your seatbelts, get comfortable, and open up your hearts to receive from today's podcast with Lola and Josephine.
Hello, guys. Welcome to God Factor. Most importantly, we would like to say Happy New Year to you. It's been quite a while that we've been on the air, and I hope 2020 is doing you good. Yeah, we miss you guys. We miss you a lot. A lot has happened in our personal lives that has affected us from being able to come on the air. But all is well. We're here, and that's the most important thing. Happy New Year. We wish you a lovely, fabulous, fantastic 2020.
Hi guys, this is Josephine. It's so good to be back, but without wasting too much time, my mom was already giving her intro. But for this month, or we're starting this new year, and in this new series, we're starting something that we are all familiar with, but we can never really get enough of, which is self-esteem. Some people call it self-confidence, some people call it self-improvement, but whatever you want to call it, but we're calling it self-esteem.
Let's start off with why exactly are we looking at this topic, self-esteem or self-confidence? The reason is because this is a new year and we really want it to be a new you. Beginning of this year, I remember, my husband telling me that I need to write a lot of things down that I hope to achieve. And we encourage our girls to also write down some of the things that they hope to achieve this year. But I just understand that, no matter what you've written down, no matter the goals that I've written down, I knew a confident me to be able to achieve some of those goals. Because if I feel beaten down, if I feel rejected, if I can't walk tall and talk tall and look tall, there is no way I can achieve all those things that I've been able to put down. So that's one of the reasons, because you need you to be able to do you, right? Do you in a unique you kind of thing. So, and that's the reason why we're starting with this topic, to just encourage everyone out there to be able to work on themselves, even as we go into this new year. Of course, the new year is a month is already gone. In the new year, many have achieved a lot, but many have also, fallen, or maybe, have been not been able to work on what their goals are. So we just want to use this series or this forum to really encourage everyone to take a deeper look into their self-esteem, because you need you. Do you have anything to say, Josephine?
Yeah, like I said before, this is a topic that people can never get enough of, particularly women. I'm not saying that guys don't experience self-esteem issues, but this is a topic that people can't get enough of. And I think the reason why is because there's so many things in this world, or for example, social media, or even people around you that could bring your self-esteem down, and we just need that constant reminder to be able to stay strong, be self-confident. You got this.
Yeah. Oh, so before we even go further, I don't want us to just assume that people know what self-esteem is. So Josephine, what, in your own definition, what is self-esteem? How would you define self-esteem?
Self-esteem, in my own definition, is basically knowing your self-worth, improving, or how you see yourself, basically. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as, I don't know, a depressed person? Do you see yourself as a happy person?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Self-esteem is exactly the way you see yourself. But, as a social worker, I would like to define self-esteem as the way you think, the way you feel and act. The way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. The way you think affects how you feel and affects how you act. That implies that you trust yourself, you believe in yourself, you value yourself, and you accept yourself. That is self-esteem. Self-esteem is you looking at yourself in the mirror and say, oh girl, you are really beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, looking at yourself. And when we talk about self-esteem, we're not talking about the fact that you're this page 3 girl or anything, but if you love you, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have to be the page 3 girl. I don't have to be particular figure or anything. In fact, when we talk about self-esteem, it's not even, I'm not even talking about how you look. I'm talking about you looking at yourself and celebrating, celebrating yourself.
You accepting yourself as you are.
Yeah, you accepting yourself. And that's why we call it self-esteem.
Yeah.
Self-esteem, my self-esteem. How do I see myself? You know, people out there may look at me certain ways, certain, in their own lenses or in their own stereotypic way, they might look at me somehow, but how do I see myself, know? And that's why we call it self-esteem, not media esteem. We're not talking about people esteem or my parents' esteem. It's my self-esteem. Yeah. My self-esteem.
That's deep, because I know some people, when they hear self-esteem, I feel like the first thing that comes to their head is how people see me.
Yeah.
But when that first word self-esteem, it's mostly how you see yourself.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. How I see myself, how I see myself. Because, just to think about it, who know me the way I know me?
Yeah.
I know me more than anybody else. And if I'm able to be my own number one cheerleader, oh, go girl.
Yeah.
I'm going all the way with me, celebrating me, encouraging me, cheering me on. So that's just with self-esteem.
That, I feel like that's the most important thing, you cheering yourself on, because people's encouragement changes like all the time. Like one day someone will tell you, oh, you look very nice. Another day someone will tell you, oh, you don't look good. But if you know yourself, you know the way, you know the way you dress, right? Obviously you have that power to tell yourself every single day that I look good today. But other people, like, their opinions change like every single time.
Yeah. And I think, Josephine, it's okay for people to really cheer me on.
Yeah.
I need that. When I receive that, whoa, I'm privileged. I'm great to receive that. But when people don't give me that encouragement, that shouldn't affect me. I should be able to look inward and bring it out for myself, because it's actually called self-esteem. Self-esteem. So I just wanted to ask you a question, Josephine, from your own experience. A lot of people, when they look at self-esteem, they're looking at, okay, what figure do I have? What's the color of my eyes, my color? How long is my hair, my stature? They're looking at, what car do I drive? What house do I live in? What's the danger in placing your self-esteem on external things that could be seen by people? What's the danger in placing my self-esteem, or in allowing those things to define my self-esteem? What do you think is the danger for that?
I like to look at it this way. Like, yes, it's good to want to, look good on the outside, but I feel like the most important thing for one to focus on is how they are on the inside. But the thing is that the way you look on the outside, like, changes like every single time. Sometimes we don't even have control over those things. But how you are on the inside is what people really gear towards. Yes, they see you. They see you as you are. That's the first thing they like obviously they look at. But then once they get to know you, like, that's like actually who you are. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, I really love the perspective to which you are looking at it, because external things don't last.
They don't last.
External things, they do fluctuate. When I married your dad, I was a 50 kilogram girl. Today I'm over 70 kilogram. I've added choppy cheeks.
You still look good.
I know, honestly speaking, I know within myself that I look good. I love me.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem, right? Kind of thing. No one is going to bring me down, guys. No. You understand? So those things are not permanent.
Yes.
And I'm not going to make a permanent decision based on a temporary things. You understand? If my self-esteem is based on my car because I drive a certain car, if I lose that car, if I no longer drive that car, then my self-esteem comes down. If my self-esteem is based on my job or who I I married, or the kind of house that I lived in. What if those things are no longer there?
Okay, yeah.
Then my self-esteem comes down. So at the end of the day, my self-esteem is up and down and up and down and up and down. So I really love the perspective to which you look at it. Yeah, we shouldn't. No, not at all. And most girls today, oh my God, you look at those photoshopped girl on the
Instagram.
Okay, go get. You know these things more than I do.
With is it BBLs? Yeah, BBLs.
I
People
don't
who
know
get
that.
plastic surgeries just to try to enhance their body. And you know what? I don't want to put down those that do it, because some of them do it for a very for a legit reason. But people wanting to change that outward appearance to kind of improve their self-esteem, to some extent it does. But if you don't really change, improve your who you are within, then I mean, what's the point?
Yeah. Apart from the social media, what else do you think actually affects people's self-esteem from your own perspective?
A big part, how do I put this? The people around you.
Yeah.
The people they play a huge role in affecting your self-esteem, especially those that are close to you. Those are the ones that hit you the most. In fact, strangers don't even matter. Most likely, or more likely, people who are closer to you. Maybe if they say something, I don't know. For example, weight is a very common thing. Someone tells you, oh, you're fat. You shouldn't eat McDonald's or something like that. You may be true, but those sort of things kind of affect you in a way.
And I know, those statements sometimes they are actually made innocently.
Yeah.
People not really meaning it. But,
Sure.
Viewers, I just want to encourage you guys, if you have anyone around you who is struggling with their weight one way or the other, please, just encourage them. Let them know that they are beautiful and the way they are, because honestly speaking, some of us, we've accepted the fact that we're big people, right?
Yeah.
Somebody like me, my bones are really, really big. And you, Josephine, your bones are big. There are people with skinny bones, who can easily lose their weight, who can easily, but, I've just been able to accept me because, the me with my big bones and spread chest, it's the best me that God made. And I'm grateful that I have this body that I live in, and I'm going to cherish it for the rest of my life. So you're right. The comment that people make around us, our upbringing, the environment you live in,
upbringing,
yes, upbringing,
that's also
guys, mothers who are listening, please, your young girls, don't say, oh, they don't know anything, and you're looking at them, be careful what you say to them. Bullying at school, people saying all sort of things, giving people nicknames and everything. All this goes a long way. Disabilities, so there's some people with obvious, disabilities, so those are the things that really, really ruin self-esteem for people. But before we just wrap up this session, we just want to encourage everyone on the line who, for one reason or the other, you're struggling with really, really being comfortable in your skin, in who you are. We just want to speak a word of encouragement to you. What would you say, Josephine, to everyone? Sometimes I think we all often think that it's only the youth and the teenagers who struggle with self-esteem. Even the married people. Somebody like me who's over 50 years old, there are 60 years old who struggle with self-esteem. We want to dedicate this podcast to you today and just speak into your life. What would you say to them, Josephine?
Just accept yourself the way you are. I like to look at it this way. God, who made us, created us the way we are. He's a perfect being. He wouldn't create imperfect people. He knows exactly, I don't know how to put it, but he's made you and you he's made you your unique self. He didn't make you like somebody else with big butt or small chest or whatever it is. He didn't make you like that person because you are your own unique individual person. So I just want people to accept yourself the way you are. I'll think of something else, but you go.
I think if you actually spoke on my mind, I just want to encourage everyone to say, just the next episode, we're going to be dedicating it into really going into how to improve your self-esteem. But I just want to say, start from somewhere every day. Just wrap your arm, stretch your arm and wrap it around yourself and assure yourself that you love yourself the way you are. Say it every single day. I am good, I am beautiful, and I'm unique. Just say it to yourself. If you start saying it, you may not even believe it because so many negativity has been deposited into your mind. But keep saying it, because when you keep saying it, something will begin to shift around you and you begin to look at yourself in a different light.
And I was telling my friend the other day too that, sometimes it's very difficult because, humans sometimes, like, all we see is what we see with our eyes, obviously. So when you see yourself and you see, maybe your fat self, your big eyes and everything, it's very difficult to accept, that. But when you keep saying it and you keep repeating it, one way or the other, you just find yourself, when someone says, oh, you're fat, you're like, well, yeah, I know, and I still love myself that way. So that very, very important to keep saying it and just believe it, even though like you can't see, just believe it.
When I was in secondary school, I used to be called like squirrel teeth. Squirrel teeth. Squirrel. Like, people look at me and they're like, oh my God, your teeth are so tiny. They call me squirrel teeth, and I stopped smiling because I didn't want people to see my teeth, kind of thing. But when it changed, I started looking at myself to say, wow, if I have a teeth that is as tiny as squirrel, God made it there to show his glory. That's my uniqueness. Then I started to smile, and I see people start to comment me to say, wow, you look beautiful, I love your smile. And I'm like, oh my God, I missed all those years of hiding. So just celebrate yourself. As you go in 2020, I want you to know that the stage has been set for you to shine. Shine, show forth the glory of God, and forget about the haters, forget about the bully, and just do you, and let the Lord lead the way as you go in the year.
Yes. All right, guys. So that's the end of our first podcast in this year, 2020. Thank you guys for coming back again. And of course, we'll see you next time as we continue on self-esteem.
Bye, and God bless you.
Bye-bye.